like getting the Falcon and like. Okay, my turn.
Okay, remember to when you steer, push that button. Oh God! Oh Jesus! Oh! Okay, wait. Are we? Get in the back to tank. I would have watched. That would have been a great movie.
That would have been great.
Great movie.
Great.
Hey, Internets! It's Paul. It's Matt. The Dork Lords. We are here talking about Star Wars Episode 9.
Yes.
The Rise of Skywalker. When did we have that? I guess somewhere in there was probably a Darth Vader helmet breathe. Sure. We had Anakin's voice in there somewhere.
Yes, that's true. We did.
Okay, so we're not gonna break this down into like minute detail. I'll give you a brief little summary,
God.
And then we'll chat about it. I think just before we do the summary, I got some good things to say about it, but I've got some flaws.
What's the overall? Overall, what's your overall feeling?
Overall feeling.
Yeah, you said good, bad. That's not a review.
Okay. There are worse Star Wars movies out there. If you were like, all right, Matt, your life depends on it.
So
you have to either watch Attack of the Clones or Episode 9. I'll be like, give me Episode 9, baby. I'm going to watch it every day.
I thought you're going to be okay. And also then it compares favorably with the Christmas special.
It's certainly, yes, right. There's no, actually, compared to the Christmas special, this is Shakespeare's Hamlet. Yes. So yes, not my favorite, not my least favorite. It's probably right in the middle, maybe slightly lower half of if you were to take the 9 movies plus actually Solo and Rogue One. So
better than better than 1 and 2, but not as good as 3, right? Or better than 3.
Yeah, it is not as good as Revenge of the Sith.
Okay,
in my mind.
In my mind, it is, but I've only seen it once.
Well, there you go. All right.
I think I would watch this again. I don't think I can convince myself because Hayden Christensen, I think, is a terrible actor.
I hear you. No, I'm not going to fight you on this, but I think there's enough about Revenge of the Sith that I liked. Attack of the Clones was just an abomination. But okay, so this is not that. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there you go. Woohoo! There are worse movies.
There are, damn it. Okay, the plot is one of the actual problems of this because it's so dense. But summarizing, we immediately begin with, Palpatine's back. We don't exactly know how, but he's like, I'm alive, and I'm broadcasting that I'm alive to the galaxy.
Yes,
I'm back. So Kylo's like, hey, no one's going to threaten my superiority. And he goes in search of Palpatine. Mm-hmm. We actually open with a really cool, he's like just laying waste to folks on a planet.
Killing
unknown folks that he's laying waste to. But anyway, it looked cool. Goes to the planet, finds Palpatine. Palpatine's like, I'm not going to take your place or anything. You're fine, but just you have to go kill Rey. Meanwhile, the Resistance and Rey are like, we need to find our way to Palpatine as well, for different reasons. We can try to, take care of him. And so they have to. It's like a series of little fetch quests from like a video game. Where you're like, fetch the thing. Then
I've heard that fetch quest a lot, but I never heard it outside of this context.
Yeah, I mean,
how did that begin? Fetch quest.
It's a very standard, like an online role-playing game story beat. In other words, like you run into an NPC, a non-player character, and the non-player character says, like, I'll give you 10 gold pieces if you fetch for me my missing shield. And then you have to go on a fetch quest. You go like and then you go to It usually means you have to go to some faraway town. Find the shield. But the shield's guarded by a dragon. I got the. And then you bring it back and you give them the thing, and then.
I thought it was a D&D thing.
Not really. It can be. Sure. I mean, in D&D they have. You could make those quests. It's kind of like go do the thing, come back and get experience.
More online. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So they do a lot of those.
For you guys are like, duh, but that's okay.
They do it's a video game in a lot of ways in that way. Fetch we got to get the Wayfinder. But to get the Wayfinder, you need the dagger. But the dagger's got a little thing, and then you measure it, and then do the But they do those things, and in the process, we see Rey kind of succumb to her dark side in a way, and she thinks she kills Chewie, and basically decides to do the Luke route of like, you know what? I'm out. I'm just going to go back to Octu and isolate myself like Luke did.
That's after, isn't it? Isn't that the...
She's found out she's a Palpatine.
Right, yeah.
Yes, yeah. She's like, oh, I get it.
The thing I told you before...
granddaughter of evil person.
The thing I told you before where you weren't anybody, what I actually meant was that you are somebody.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
They made you become nobody, but you're really somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can help somebody.
That's like a bucket of things to talk about, is how this relates to Last Jedi. But, okay, so, I'm a Palpatine. Look at that. I just unintentionally killed one of my best friends.
Oops.
I'm gonna isolate myself. But she learns from Luke not to isolate herself.
Don't do that.
Again, that's in that same bucket of undoing the Last Jedi.
Yeah.
But anyway, Luke's like, you know what? I was wrong. Get out there. Get back in the game. You don't have to be a Palpatine just because that's your name.
Oh, yeah.
You can overcome things.
Sure you can.
So she gets back in it. They eventually get their way to the fallen Death Star from Return of the Jedi. And there's a big fight scene again with Kylo.
Yep.
Right at the moment when it looks like Kylo's gonna finally beat Rey.
Yeah.
Kind of the first time when he got the upper hand.
Yep. Oh,
this is where Leia comes in.
Yep, mommy.
We had some, they repurposed footage from Force Awakens.
Yes.
Very well, actually. I'll give them credit on this. I thought it was well done. Anyway, so...
I mean, it looked good.
Yeah. In this moment, though, it was kind of funny.
She didn't seem like she was herself. Like, maybe she'd suffered a stroke recently, but, like, why is she all enigmatic now?
She speaks in riddles. She's Yoda.
Yeah. Okay.
But she distracts... She kind of uses the last of her life force. In fact, she passes away in this moment. But she distracts Ben by just saying, like, Ben. And then it's like, in the moment he's going to strike, he's like, what? Huh? Mother? And then Rey takes the opportunity to kill him.
Yeah, there you go.
Which, by the way, there's two things about that are kind of like, huh. Like, one is the fact that Leia basically just uses a distraction technique to have her son get killed.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just reach out to him. I'll distract him long enough for someone to kill him. And now she dies. Like, wow, that's okay. And then the other thing is that Rey killed him. Like,
yes.
Like, it's like, oh, he's distracted?
Yep.
Whap!
Yep.
Like, I don't know. You could disarm him. I don't know.
No,
but
kill
she's
him.
like, nope. So she stabbed him. Anyway, she then uses force healing. We've seen it with Baby Yoda.
That's right, we have.
You didn't give that away when I mentioned it, and our baby. I was like,
yes, I didn't.
Paul's seen it. I haven't. There you. So yes,
wow.
Force healing. I think technically by a couple of days, Baby Yoda did it first. But she force heals Kylo. He then has this mental conversation with Han Solo. Like it's not a Force ghost Han Solo. It's like just in his brain.
Yes.
Han Solo.
Yes.
And so
a force memory.
Force memory. Yeah. Well, who knows? But it's a kind of a repurposed version of the conversation they had on the gangplank. I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. But it's in this turn. It's I don't have the strength to be good. It's too late for me. I'm evil already, basically. And he gets the confirmation he needs from Han.
There you go.
To like, you know what? I'm going to be. And he throws away.
Kylo's dead.
He throws away.
Ben's alive.
He throws away the evil Kyber crystal.
Yeah,
there
you go.
The red lightsaber's gone.
Yep.
There's a huge space battle. These like 1,000 Star Destroyers or Super Star Destroyers that all have like Death Star capability on them.
Sure. Too bad they didn't do that in the first movie.
They're gonna destroy everything. But the ships come in, big battle, and then the more personal battle is happening on Exegol, where Palpatine has got this very convoluted plan. Like, you strike me down, then I'll become you. But then, oh wait, now there's a dyad. Okay, so then now I get rid. Oh, but then I try to kill you, and then you kill me. And Palpatine's dead. And so Rey then dies in the process. Kylo brings her back. The effort of that kills him off. He fades away becomes one with the Force. Rey then she goes back to Tatooine.
Yes.
And buries both Leia and Luke's lightsabers. in the dirt. This traveling person comes by and goes, "Who are you? We know he's been here for years." She's like, "I'm Ray." "Yes, but what's your last name?" Like, very specific, like,
Ray,
geez,
what day?
Isn't it enough to say I'm Ray? No.
Madonna.
I want to know your social security number.
Ciccone.
I'm part of the neighborhood watch. Anyway, so I was like, "What's your last name?" And she says, "Ray Skywalker." And then she ignites her golden lightsaber and looks into the twin suns, and that's the end. So there you go.
There you go.
Perfect movie.
Yep.
No, all right, so you had brought up the idea of these retconning The Last Jedi, so we'll start there with, like, this movie did seem like it was an attempt to claw back what was the themes of The Last Jedi.
Yes.
And like, nope. No. Remember what we were starting to do in Force Awakens, but didn't really quite do?
Just like I showed you there. No but.
No but. It was there was a tweet that was mentioning that J.J. Abrams would make a bad improv partner because improv goes in mantra of yes and. You take what somebody did, you build on it. And instead, he took what somebody did and threw it away. Although I would say maybe Rian Johnson was also a bad improv partner.
Well, it's like they didn't expressly say. It was like sort of a question. Who is it? Who is it? Like, I'll answer it. Nobody.
You're talking about Ray's parents,
right?
Yeah.
Yes. So
right. So that was one way in which we got like a in your face Rian Johnson moment. So yes, Rian Johnson. I mean, it wasn't just the answer to Ray's parentage in Last Jedi. It was the theme of the movie.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's not just like, oh, because I come from a special family, I have powers.
Yes, it is.
But it's like, look, I can be a Jedi if I'm just a little stable boy with a broom.
No, you can't.
That's basically what we learned is no. Yeah, you can. Sure, you're nobody, but you happen to be the granddaughter of the most powerful Force user in the history of time. But other than that, she was just a nobody. That was the conversation there where Kylo says, "Well, yeah, they were nobodies, your parents, but it's because they wanted to be.
Yeah, they were somebody, and they became
I knew
nobody.
all along, but
search your feelings.
Yeah.
Now you see that. Now I'm telling you the truth.
From a certain point of view, from no one's point of view, you are nothing special. It occurred to me too, actually, in that moment of, I suppose there's a really cool backstory involving Palpatine's son.
Yes.
That we just don't know. But
no, we don't know.
It occurred to me like, okay, you want someone to carry on your legacy. Your son? I don't know, like, why are you
why do you kill him? Yeah.
Why you killed him? Literally killed the son in order to get the whereabouts.
Maybe it's too late, like Palpatine was in the office a lot, so one day he goes down and sees his son is just some hippie, rebel-loving, useless guy. He's like, you know what? The next generation.
We're just going to wait.
Yeah.
You go find someone. We need a kid out of that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So somehow, Palpatine had a relationship, perhaps. We
sure,
don't know.
Why not?
But anyway, had a kid. But yeah, he killed his kid to get access to the whereabouts of the grandkid. So it's just like, anyway, okay. On Ahch-To, there's the bit where Rey throws away the lightsaber.
Yes.
And Luke catches it.
Yes.
Luke's Force Ghost catches it.
Ooh, Force
Ghost. Like, cha-ching, and he's like, yeah, you should treat lightsabers with more respect.
Yes.
Which again feels a little in your face, The Last Jedi, since that's when he throws the thing away. He's like, nah, but he's like, no. See? And then she says, like, well, I was trying to do like you.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Much like a filmmaker.
Which I get. I mean, you could in story context, sure, he had an arc and he realized he was wrong, and perhaps that's the way that you could justify that, I think. But it also does feel a lot like, we thought no.
I mean, from your vantage point, you probably didn't go far enough. I shouldn't have tried to kill Ben.
That's right. Well,
I was wrong there too.
That's true.
It's not even like me to do that.
It's completely out of my character to attempt to kill a sleeping nephew. All right. I wasn't a fan of that scene. Okay, anyway. So let's talk about things we were fans of. How about
Okay,
that?
sure, why not?
All right. First of all, boom. An obvious one. John Williams. Music.
Oh, well, there he is again.
There he,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah, boom,
And
there he is.
Got a cameo in this
Woo!
film too. The spectacle of it is amazing to watch.
Yeah,
It
sure,
really
look at
has-
that. Look
There's,
away the spectacle.
there is a lot to take in, but it's
There is.
visual candy.
It's all candy.
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
And there were a few moments where there's a lot of nostalgia in this, and in many cases, to good effect. And I'll say, like, if I'd seen this in a script, I would have been like, oh. But then when it happened, I actually was like, oh,
well,
I
see.
cheered up, and it was the moment when Lando shows up with all the ships.
Oh.
When they pull like the Avengers moment. I was like, you know what? And the
Okay.
music came in.
Yeah,
it was
there
like
it is.
it was John Williams again, but
Yep.
it was Lando and the ships and the music, and it was all.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? I am moved in this moment. So
Okay, all right.
check plus in that moment.
I don't think I was, but okay.
Okay. No, that's all, just saying. It hit me in the right moment. Also, again, on paper, I wasn't sure that I was, I don't think I would have necessarily liked the I'm a Skywalker moment from Rey at the
right.
end. But you know what? It's seeing it play out, I was okay. I thought, yeah, I get it. She's saying, like,
Sure.
my destiny is not who my grandparents are. It's ahead of me, and it's people who shaped me and raised me, or not raised her, I guess, but she knew them
They're
for 2
trained her.
days,
Yeah.
and in those 2 days, they became her parents. No, but
Well, presumably that second training,
right. She was
Time.
with Leia for a while.
hopefully.
Yeah, I think there's a passage of time certainly
Yes.
between
Yes.
Last Jedi and
Yes.
Rise of Skywalker. But I got it. I wasn't so sure that it was just going to be like I'm claiming to be a Skywalker when I'm not. But it made sense to me. I was good with it.
The Force Ghosts were, nodding approvingly. So
Yeah. Was there a
it'd be nice if there was like also a Force adoption lawyer to make it, codified into, like, oh, here he is.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, you are now.
I must get a Force Ghost notary. Wait 3 days. No, but Chewie getting the medal. That was pretty cool at the end of everything.
Yeah.
Because he never got a medal back in episode 4. And everybody's like, why didn't Chewie ever get a medal? They gave him a medal. That was cool. Also, Chewie's, Chewie in despair
Yes, true.
at the loss of Leia, and when Leia passes away. That was moving.
Sure,
it was
sure.
weird because it's, again, on a surface, out of context, when you see a guy in a giant furry
Sure.
suit, like going, "Ah!"
Right.
You're like,
And it wasn't
okay, whatever.
him, right? It was some other guy.
Right. It's
So the
original
costume,
Chewie
the
has
costume
passed
was
away.
mad.
Yeah.
I liked seeing
But it was
Wedge
good.
again.
What's that?
Wedge. Liked seeing Wedge.
Yes.
good to
yes.
see Wedge.
That was a nice cameo for sure. So yeah, there were some nostalgic beats that were on point. So going back to things that perhaps were less effective, the Palpatine story is so convoluted.
Yeah.
I still can't really pin down what his plan was. Like, it seemed to shift from minute to minute. Like,
Well, I mean, broadly, it's, have the last order take over, right? I mean,
or the final order.
the final order. Thank you. I couldn't remember which order.
Order up?
Yes.
I suppose it's like the final solution. maybe
Yeah, I
they're
think it
trying to
is.
do?
I think I'm like
Okay,
that. Yeah.
all right.
It's like, okay, what else? What from the else of the Nazis have we stolen?
But for instance, so at the end, we'll just go to the end when he's like, "All right, kill me,
Yes.
and then my essence will go into you, and you'll be the Empress, and you'll be evil."
What's the point?
Okay.
Yeah, like,
So then-
ooh, I love the idea.
So then, well, there's that, but also she does kill him
Yes,
eventually.
yes.
And then it apparently didn't help. Like,
Right,
it didn't, you did exactly what I wanted. Oh, I'm dead. I don't know,
Yeah.
I forgot about the dying part.
Maybe the way.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right. Well, there was that. So I got the sense that they were trying to set up a similar thing, well, obviously, to Return of the Jedi with Luke, like, strike me down with all of your anger and your journey to the dark side will be complete.
Right.
Okay, so in that moment, it felt like, so Return of the Jedi, it's, oh, look, all of your friends are dying, and it was all for naught. Yes. I was smarter than you, and now you can just be mad at me, and your hatred kill me.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's different from what he says to Rey in this movie. In this movie, he's like, oh, your friends are dying. You can stop it.
Yeah.
If you kill me. Okay, that's much different.
Yeah.
That's, in other words, she doesn't have to hate him.
No,
she just be like, look, as a means to an end to save my friends, if I kill you, okay. Does that mean I didn't kill you in anger, so we're okay? It was... Anyway, it occurred to me that, like, she could kill him and still not do the dark side.
Remember to smile.
Yeah, exactly. Think of unicorns. All right, we're fine. Right? You can't do the... I can't do the jump. Oh. The dyad thing was odd. It seemed like it was... Because, anyway... Like, why didn't he know about that? It seemed like he being Palpatine was surprised. Like, oh, you're a dyad. Yeah. Oh, that changes things. Yeah. All right, on the fly, I'll come up with a new plan. Anyway, the Palpatine angle, especially if you think he says, I was all your voices in your head before. So I was Snoke, I was the voice of Vader in your head. And then we see these Snoke clones and Vats. So, like, Snoke was like a puppet, essentially, of Palpatine. So that means that Snoke's plans in Last Jedi were Palpatine's plans.
Sure.
Which, again, doesn't make sense to what he's trying to do here. I don't know. It was just... It's awkward. It does reek of, this wasn't the plan. We changed this because we thought we needed Palpatine in the last second, so we threw him in here.
Oh.
That's what anyway, so it just, that was very clunky.
McClunky!
It was McClunky. Yeah, it wasn't clunky. It was McClunky. And there were things, just, this is a small example, but for instance, near the beginning of the movie, we've got this really cool space chase sequence going on, and they just throw out this idea of like, are you hyperspace skipping? Oh no! And Poe is able to skip through hyperspace, and he passes by a space worm, and all that stuff. Yeah. And you're like, okay, we didn't know that was a thing or that was dangerous or anything, and you introduced it and then did it in the exact same moment, and then it was done, and you're like, you didn't have time to process it really. It was just like, oh, he's flying. All right, he flew the ship. Yay!
Yeah.
I don't know, like I felt like there were supposed to be more stakes to that.
Yeah.
And it was that kind of thing where it was so rushed at times that you were just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess they could have had other, ships attempt to do it and fail, and then, who knows what happened to them. But yeah, I mean, okay.
Speaking of which, they gave lip service to the Holdo maneuver, which I thought was interesting. So remember in The Last Jedi, it's Admiral Holdo goes to hyper light speed and takes out a Star Destroyer.
Right.
And the thought was like, oh, well, they should be doing that a lot more often. You strip down like all those ships that showed up with Lando. Hell, put some droids piloting them. You don't even have any humans aboard. You take out all the life support and then just go ding 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 ding. You just have a series of missiles. So it's Mary Doc Brandybuck from Lord of the Rings, because everything's about Lord of the Rings. Mary says, "Hey, why don't we try the Holdo maneuver?" And then it's dismissed immediately, like, "Oh, that was 1,000,000 to 1." Like, was it? Was it 1,000,000 to 1? It seems pretty easy to do, actually. You line up the ship and let it go. But okay, anyway. So they can't do that anymore.
No,
for reasons.
Yes, reasons.
You can't do that. What are some other takeaways you had? Was there a?
I mean, broadly,
I like the acting, by the way.
I'm going to be that guy.
All right, be that guy
who says that I think it's time for Kathleen Kennedy to move on.
All right, fair enough.
I think it was like one of the things that I think they could have learned. One thing not to learn is don't be timid. So don't think, oh, we better, okay, now that we're done with this trilogy, we should take a break or give the audience time to. No, they're going to come see this. They're going to come whatever has Star Wars on it. So keep moving forward. But get more of a vision. I mean, this whole, if they'd planned these 3 movies better than they were, they wouldn't have introducing plot points, and they could have tipped this whole Palpatine thing better.
Certainly.
I don't. One of the things that Damon Lindelof, who's worked with J.J. Abrams, has learned from doing his shows is don't be so concerned about keeping a secret with a plot thing. Just do it well. Everybody's going to figure it out. So just have it there. I guess some people were suggesting that, some people actually thought maybe Rey was related to Palpatine, really. But the minute, Rian Johnson said, oh, I'm going to say that they're nobodies. No, you're not. This is what they should have said.
Right. Yeah, I give my buddy Theron credit. Way back Force Awakens, he told me at the time, and this probably actually isn't even connected to why she's a Palpatine, but he noticed that her fighting style was very much like Palpatine's fighting style back in the the prequel series. He goes, oh, the way she was fighting with the lightsaber, she's probably related to Palpatine, which I'm not sure that's do you instinctively learn how to fight?
Yeah.
But he literally said that, and
wow.
What the heck? He was kind of right.
Yeah.
Very right, whatever. It'd be interesting to know that moment when they realized we have to get Harrison Ford back.
Yeah.
Because Harrison Ford kind of swore off Star Wars.
Sure.
He wasn't really in favor of coming back for Force Awakens, and then
they're like, we're going to kill you.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
So he comes back, and I'm guessing that, all along they were going to say, Leia will be our window into redeeming Kylo.
Yes.
Or Ben.
Yes.
Because, only like a parental figure is going to be able to forgive him for killing Han.
Sure.
So then, obviously, Carrie Fisher passed away very tragically, and so they didn't have that.
No, they didn't have that.
So they don't have the critical, I'm redeeming you, Ben.
Yes.
And so I'm sure they had to...
who more? Okay, your mom can forgive you for killing your dad, but what if your dad can forgive you?
Exactly. The dad, the actor has said he doesn't want to do this anymore.
Oh, yes.
So I'm guessing...
he said that, though, and Carrie was alive.
Exactly. So I'm sure there was a conversation... I'm sure. I know everything. But I'm guessing, J.J. Abrams maybe made a phone call, maybe went in person to Harrison Ford. He's like, look, Carrie's gone. This movie, we're redeeming Ben Solo. It'll be a one-day shoot. Actually, a lot of the lines you already said. You're just seeing it a different way. We're backing up a giant truck of money. And they got him to do it, which really did. Without that, you don't have a redeemed Ben.
Not
I feel
really.
And it's hard to even redeem him with that. But
yes,
but it was desperately needed.
Yes,
and so good on the movie that they realized they needed that.
Sure.
And they pulled it off.
Yeah, good people.
So there's the kiss at the end.
Yeah.
Now it was interesting because we came out of it. I was talking to my wife about it, and I was like, didn't really buy the kiss. It was like I could. She was very much in the line that it is not a romantic kiss.
Oh.
She's like, no.
Was it like the Luke and Leia's first kiss?
She said...
their second kiss.
Not the second kiss.
No, more like their first kiss.
Yeah, like hey, we're alive, it worked, spontaneous.
Kiss for good luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, I feel like that would be more of a hug than a kiss.
No,
but anyway,
kiss.
no, but so... but she was... very convincing in saying that she did not see it as a romantic kiss. Because in the moment I thought, why does I get the idea of like
see it
you've
more
been
as
redeemed.
you're back to life and I'm about to die kiss?
Yeah, sure. It also did occur to me that it was kind of convenient that
Isn't it convenient
that Ben faded off into the Force, disappeared.
Sure.
Whereas Rey didn't. Like when Rey died, she could have like, oh no, I was going to save you.
Yeah.
And so like if Ben hadn't disappeared, much like Rey hadn't, that they could have found a way to like alternately force heal each other to get out of Exegol. Be like, oh no, Paul, you're dead. All right, I'm gonna force heal you. I only got about 5 seconds. Oh, and then I die. And then force heal me, and then you do alternating force heals so we get out of the get to
I mean,
bay.
it's their luck. There wouldn't be anything on the planet, so they have to like get in the Falcon and like. Okay, my turn.
Okay, remember to when you steer, push that button. Oh God! Oh Jesus! Oh! Okay, wait. Are we? Get in the back to tank. I would have watched. That would have been a great movie.
That would have been great.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Alternately.
Yeah.
Healing and dying over and over again. Okay, anyway. No, they didn't do that. So,
No, they
interesting.
didn't. No. So, yeah, we
Weird.
should write for them.
Weird how they didn't do that.
Kathleen Kennedy, get rid of her. Let us take over.
That's right. We've got the Force Heal dying movie.
Yeah.
Rey channels the voices of all of the Jedi. You hear Mace Windu in there. You hear Anakin.
Yoda.
You hear Yoda. I think you hear some of the folks from the
Anakin do you hear?
cartoons. I think you hear Hayden Christensen.
Okay.
That's what I got out of it.
All right.
And you get some of the folks from like Rebels. I think Kanan Jarrus maybe is in there. Anyway, so they throw in a lot of Easter eggs into that thing. Who were the folks that were in the arena of Sith? Were those actual people, or were they just spirits all wearing hoodies?
I don't know.
This is a nitpicky. I'm going to be that guy as well. So you already were that guy, so I'm going to be that guy.
Okay, well, you can be nitpicky.
All right. So there's a whole thing where Palpatine's like, aha, see my plan. I've been building Super Star Destroyers all this time.
Yeah,
and they're under the ice. And here they come. Blah, and they come up. And there's like, I don't know, 1,000? Would 1,000 be at least
I don't know. Planet Killers? Why not? I
There
don't know.
were several hundred at least.
Yep.
So let's say there's 1,000.
Yes, let's
We'll round it off.
There you go.
Okay. There's 1,000 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did a little
math
because all this stuff's charted and stuff. So a Star Destroyer complement.
Yeah.
It holds, I'm rounding it off, but 50,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 46,000. We'll say 50.
Okay.
So 50,000 people per ship.
Yes.
1,000 ships.
Yes.
That means he had 50 million people.
Yes.
That were like just hanging out on Exegol.
Yes.
Waiting for him to snap his fingers to go fly.
And your point is?
First of all, that's a lot of people that were just hanging out on Exegol. Like, secondly, that's a lot of people.
You don't think they were driven by Force? Not Force, but Sith people.
Ghost Siths?
Yeah, you don't think that's
I didn't
what it was?
see that at all.
I mean, you can't see it because they're all little in each one.
Like,
hello, we're Sith ghosts.
But there's also the idea of like, you know how many people then would know where Exegol is? Like this whole thing of like, it's a mystery planet.
Sith ghosts.
They're all Sith ghosts.
There you go.
Right. If they're all,
they're not interacting with anybody.
If they're all Cisco and Eberts, no. But if they're all Sith ghosts, you're right. That solves the problem.
Yeah, it does.
If all the ships are run by Sith ghosts, then I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And my nitpicking is completely flawed. But otherwise, it felt like, how is this planet a mystery? So many people had to go there to build these things and then stay there, and then anyway, that it seemed like it was like, as opposed to, for instance, Luke on Ahch-To, which it was weird that he left a map to himself if he wanted to be isolated anyway, but he did. He left a map, and there's just one guy.
That's all.
So you get the idea. It's like, oh, it's a secret. Here, it's like, how big a secret is it? If planets worth of people know about this thing anyway, but that just me.
There you go.
Not sure the numbers worked out there. That's all. So I know we threw out a lot of complaints there. But
we did.
I did enjoy myself at the theater. So I didn't walk away like angry or like I wish I hadn't seen this.
I was happy that it was over.
Okay.
Because it's time for some other stories in Star Wars.
And Star Trek as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Picard's coming out.
Time for some new stories, although they've said, and I don't think that would be a bad thing necessarily, that they could come up with the characters in there. I mean, if we saw Rey, Finn, and Poe again, I think that would be perfectly fine. I don't think it would necessarily be like more to this, although she's just calling herself Skywalker, I guess, so. But I don't think it would be more of that
What do we think? What do we think she is doing back on Tatooine? I assume she's going to live there. Maybe she's like, I'm used to living in the desert. This is good for me. This is kind of like I'm adopting this as my home since it was abandoned, as we get from the passerby. Sure. Is she gonna are the Jedi? Is she gonna start an academy? Is she just gonna be like,
who
let
knows?
that die?
Who knows?
Okay. Where's Baby Yoda? He's not a baby anymore. But this time he'd be like preteen. Right. Preteen Yoda.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that they set up this whole, like, oh, anybody could be in the Force. Sure. And then no. So who knows what, you know.
Yeah, anybody within reason.
Yeah.
And that reason being you're connected to like one of like 3 families.
There you go.
But other than that, anybody. Go ahead, broomstick guy.
Anyone can tell.
So, all right. Anyway, there you go, everybody. Put your comments. What were your thoughts on episode 9?
Sure.
We'll be talking Mandalorian, the season finale.
That won't be
coming
until
up
next week.
In a week or so, yeah. But we're taking off for Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Actually, we're talking Mr. Robot, which had just
later on Thursday.
Yep. So come on back for that.